Hi, everyone, and welcome to Birth and Baby Talk. I'm Leanne Palmerston from Hamilton Family Doulas, and I'm one of your hosts today. And I have the lovely Shelbi de Silva here from Moms Hamilton. Hi, Shelbi.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, why don't you tell me, we'll jump right into it. Give me a little overview of what is Moms Hamilton.
Okay, so Moms Hamilton, we're basically a big community. We're revolutionizing motherhood in Hamilton. So we're really, the community's full of a lot of millennial moms in that age demographic. And our mission really is just to connect moms with one another, and also now, especially amidst current climate, in unique ways. So things like, products and local services, things that really help, like resources that help them sort of navigate this new journey that is motherhood. They become a new sort of this new identity. You want some new friends, or you're a new consumer in certain ways. So it's a very dynamic journey. So yeah, we've only started in like February 2019. So it hasn't even been 2 years yet. So things have grown very organically and very quickly. So we're ever evolving.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so like what was it like? Obviously you had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then you looked around and was like, where the heck is everybody?
Basically, I was like, where are all the other moms like me? I know, like in our community, basically 1 in 3 moms is moving from like the GTA, Toronto. So not only are they a new mom, but they're new to the city, right? So I knew there was all these cool like restaurants and coffee places that I wanted to check out. And I was like, I don't want to do this by myself. And I actually did, I had met a mom group on Facebook, and I drove to a Burlington in a Starbucks in Burlington, which like no hate to Burlington, but I remember driving home. I was on the highway. My son was crying, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this again. There has to be things like closer to me. Mm-hmm. Where are the moms? So I just basically had to like bring them out of the woodworks, and everybody came, and there's been a huge surge. So yeah.
It's very cool. We had, I remember we had a client, a family, I think it was about 5 years ago now. And I remember after the baby arrived and I was checking in with the couple, like, how are you doing? Is there anything I can do? The husband was going to be the person who was going to be staying home for most of the parental leave. And he was like, where's the like cool groups of parents who get together in this area? And I'm like, this is not Montreal. Like,
yeah,
we don't do that here.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you guys like have created that.
Yeah, and there's some other great places. Right when I started Moms Hamilton, Lindsay at Grain and Grit, they co-owner, she's a mom as well. They were doing Babes and Brews, so a little bit more. Yeah. I wouldn't even call it edgy, because to me it's not edgy. It's very normal. But this more, we do definitely work with groups and do some like play-based learning and like expert stuff when it comes to baby. But mom is really, and the parent is really at the focus of the conversation, and giving them, when we were doing our events, like 1 to 2 hours of some social time, being able to enjoy food and drink, like alcohol or non-alcoholic, and because that's what people bond over anyway. So we sort of just bring it all together. We take over these like restaurants. We were basically pre-COVID, we were in like the biggest spaces that Hamilton had to offer, because once you have 50 moms and 50 babies, it takes up a lot of space, plus strollers, et cetera, et cetera. So, so we were able to do a couple events this just past September while we were able to be outdoors. So they went really well. But yeah.
So you guys, I mean, I remember when I started seeing you guys around on social media, seeing things like these cool like gatherings where you do yoga together, or have sort of set up like a little market or something with specifically like self-care items and things like that. And in addition to getting together and having a beer, or like having coffee or whatever.
Yeah, our events, when I started planning events, like one of our first events was just over here. I'm in East End, Hamilton, so it was just over here at Shorty's Pizza. There was like 13 of us, and it was just a reason basically for a group of people to get together, and it just sort of evolved. And yeah, it's interesting because moms, like you talk a lot about your baby and you bond over sort of being in the new city and your baby's age, but then you just, there's so many interesting stories in our community, people who have reconnected with people, or, you know, moms who met in the NICU and then now they're like out in the world together, and really just like, single moms by choice who have connected, and a lot of really awesome stories. So that part of it has been very heartwarming, and a lot of it I think even goes on behind the scenes, but I know some of it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, because, and the reason I wanted to talk with you is new moms need community and connection so badly. In fact, your post today on social media talked about like moms, what are moms looking for from a sort of service or community like Moms Hamilton.
Yeah, well, it was very apparent when I started it. There was other moms, like-minded moms just like me, who were looking for something similar. And like I was saying, being new to a new city, you just want to be able to find people that you have some things in common with. And like a friend, we sort of say like the mom friend you wish you had, like just someone that you just want to meet, because not just because you have a baby, obviously that's a huge, it's like motherhood unites us, but it does not define us. So we really want to, and then playing into, Hamilton is such a cool city and there's so many cool things here. So bringing that to the forefront for people has been really awesome too. And especially supporting mom run businesses and all that stuff. So it's really become a big network. Our Facebook group is so active. There's over 2,000 members in it. Like,
wow.
Support and no judgment, and we keep a tight rein on things, but it's that platform is really powerful. And then we do, so when we do our events, I really just, I realized quickly, like I wanted to go for pizza. I wanted to go for brunch. Like what were things I wanted to do? And that's just how I started planning it. And moms, like you said about vendors, like markets, in the mom industry, markets are a big thing, but moms don't always just want to go and shop, mat leave, things like this. So that has been a component in some ways, very like curated and handpicked, but it's just about adding value. Moms get like a bag of beers to take home when they come to my events, or like a take home gift, promo codes, all that extra stuff. Cause we always joke and say moms love free shit, which they do.
Yeah.
So we do, that's a big component of it, and just really like adding that value so that a mom can say, I had a great day today. Like I went to an event and I came home and I was like, wow, like, it was out of the mundane, out of the regular isolating feeling that is motherhood. Especially I started Moms Hamilton in February, the winter, and we're starting to get to those months. Not being able to even, right now, like mall walk or do some of these indoor things, it's going to be very isolating. So even just having a mom friend that you can, chat with, and hopefully we'll get back to events in the spring, but
So what are some of the things that you're thinking about for this winter to try to provide those connection moments for new parents?
So we are going to be, we're pivoting really to do a bit of an online platform. So really trying to figure out how, because Facebook, like in our Facebook group every day, someone's like, hey, I'm new to this neighborhood. My baby's this age. Let's hang out. But it doesn't really become a conducive platform to like sift through, like you sort of want to like, do a bit of like a profile check or like a creep of your potential mom friend. So we're working on sort of synthesizing that and sort of matching moms up with each other. So that's something that's coming. And then moms do, it's funny because I said this about shopping, but moms do really love product. So I did in the spring, like when COVID and stuff was at its peak, because we had a bunch of events planned, I sort of pivoted. We did a Mother's Day and a Father's Day, like a hand-picked gift bag, because moms love to like treat themselves, get some unique products, because they're really like the market industry, like all these markets that do happen in the spring and fall, you're not able to go and sort of try this stuff. So we're going to be doing a bit of that for the holidays. And then some online sort of bringing expert knowledge, like working with some, like sleep experts, or I'm actually going to be talking to someone who's a cannabis expert and talking about like, youth and motherhood. So things like this, and just bringing moms some resources, and we'll see. We'll be reactionary when things change. So
yeah, it's very exciting. And it's very it's really appealing. I often am very envious.
I have lots of people who follow me that aren't even moms, and they say, I love your account. I wish I was a mom. I have a dog. Does that count? Like, or dads, and dads are always welcome. We say, parents, caregivers. I know it's called Moms Hamilton, but I know we do some fun stuff.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. I want to thank you so much for hopping on
Yeah,
and
thanks for
talking to us
having me. Thanks for having
about
me.
Moms Hamilton and about like how it creates some community for family, especially
Mhm.
yeah. Hamilton is in this beautiful, unique kind of this beautiful
Transition.
little space.
Yeah.
Yeah, this transition right now where there's so many people have come in, young
Mhm.
professionals, especially young creative professionals.
Mhm.
And they're, no longer sort of in the big city where there's lots of stuff going on.
Mhm.
And it's really exciting to see.
Yeah, it's really bringing back this sense of community, and people are moving here, and like this is home now. This is where people are starting their
Mhm.
families, and they want to stay here, and we want better for the city as well. So I love working, also with like Counselor Nan and talking about things, like how for the future for our children, and
Mhm.
school trustees and all that. So there's lots of motherhood spans from from what you do with newborn work all the way, the stages. So it's going to be, I don't even know what the future has to hold, but we are going to evolve, and it's a movement.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Shelby.
Leanne.
I hope you have a wonderful day,
You too.
everybody. If you have any questions for Shelby, you can drop them in the comments. We'll make sure we answer them. But Shelby, why don't you give us a lowdown on how we can get in touch with Moms Hamilton?
Yeah, so please follow the Instagram. You can join our private Facebook page if you're a mom, a group, like it's very, very engaged. And then we also sort of have a newsletter, a member sign up list. So you can find all that at Moms Hamilton Instagram. And yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
you'll be seeing this. Yeah.
Awesome. And we also here at Birth and Baby Talk have a newsletter. So you want to get signed up to that. We include a printable almost every week. We have 1 week off, but we try to get everybody some good, practical, helpful information for pregnancy and postpartum, including everything from sleep. Last week it was diapering and a guide to your first week of diapers with babies.
Oh
So,
my God.
yeah. So, if folks want to sign up to that, we're going to drop the link in our comments. And as always, take care, and we'll see you next week, folks.
See you.